When it comes to mysteries, Shanks is without a doubt a character who constantly pops up in everyone's mind. Despite him appearing in the first chapter of One Piece, we know almost nothing about him, his goals, his heritage, his connection to Gorosei, etc. However, the latest movie and chapters revealed a lot of interesting things about him and his backstory, and today I want to talk about it. But before starting, I want to ask you all to like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. I hope all of you have a great day, and let's start the video. Shanks made his debut in the first chapter of One Piece. At that time, none of us could imagine just how important and influential of a pirate he really was. When I first saw him, I had an impression that he was just a normal pirate who inspired Luffy to become one. But as the story was evolving, we could see his true nature and importance in the One Piece world. First time when we got a hint about his status in the world was in One Piece chapter 96, when Mihawk, the strongest swordsman in the world, casually visited the Red Hair Pirates. We finally got confirmation about him in One Piece chapter 432, when Garp explained that Shanks was one of the 4 emperors who are on par with Whitebeard, who is also an emperor. We learned that he was one of the 4 most powerful and notorious pirates in the whole world, and ever since, all of us have been dying to see his abilities, but we haven't seen him into action yet. As time was moving on, we could see how big of an influence Shanks really had. He was able to single-handedly stop the Marineford battle and was also able to talk with 5 Elder Stars. Sengoku and Gorosei's special remark on his identity makes us wonder even more as to who he really is, and it seems the latest movie reveals several interesting things about his identity. Wano arc has been the longest arc in the series, and a lot of people anticipated his arrival in this arc. And at the end of the saga, he finally appeared. 1 week after Luffy's fight with Kaido, Shanks and his crew arrived near the shores of Wano. Shanks acknowledged Luffy's skill as a pirate and thought back to the times he was last in Wano when the Roger pirates were dropping off Kozuki Oden, also saying that Momonosuke and Hiyori must be all grown up by now. He looked at Luffy's new wanted poster while reminiscing about the time he stole the Gomu Gomu no Mi from CP9, as well as about the time he was with Luffy in Fuchsia Village. Though his crew wanted to meet Luffy after this long time, Shanks declined and reminded the crew that Bartolomeo had been ravaging in their territory, stating that if they let that just slip, it might hurt Shanks' reputation as an emperor. I am not surprised that Shanks wants to deal with Bartolomeo, since on the cover of One Piece chapter 869, we can see Bartolomeo and his crew who visited an island, and they announced their intention to cause a ruckus. As he was advertising his straw hat merchandise, Bartolomeo was then shown Shanks' pirate flag, which was hanging above the town. In a daring act, Bartolomeo and Gambia then burned Shanks' flag, much to the horror of the citizens. In the pirate world, burning others' flag means direct war with each other. Shanks targeting Bartolomeo finally shows us the violent side of Shanks. He is often shown as a light-hearted dude who enjoys partying, but his dark side was often shadowed. We got it the first time after we heard that he was the one who cut the kid's arm, and now we can see that he has intention to kill Bartolomeo, a strong ally and member of Luffy's fleet. I wonder how will Luffy react to Bartolomeo being killed by Shanks, and how will it affect his relationship with Shanks? I doubt that Shanks will go as far as killing Bartolomeo, since it looks like he knows that Bartolomeo is Luffy's close ally, and he wouldn't want to ruin the relationship with his arguably most important ally. However, it would be very interesting to see how their fight would go down. Shanks is really strong, like really strong. In One Piece Volume 4 Billion, it was revealed that Shanks' bounty 12 years ago was 1.04 billion berries. He is known as the Killer of Color of Observation Haki, which doesn't let his opponent see through the future. Shanks uses his burning sword against villains. We could see his top-tier haki in One Piece chapter 1055, where he interrupted Momonosuke's fight with Admiral Aramaki by sending a strong wave of Haoshoku haki from the outskirts of Wano. The Admiral sensed his haki and realized that Shanks was the one using it. The Red Hair Pirates told Shanks not to use his haki without warning, since he was knocking out newcomers of the crew. Shanks then told the Admiral to leave the pirates to rest after they had just finished making pirate history, before asking if the new age frightens Aramaki that much. The Admiral disengaged from the fight, not wanting to confront Shanks. Bartolomeo's devil fruit has proved time to time how ridiculously overpowered it really is. In One Piece chapter 969, the previous user of his fruit, Korozumi Semimaru, demonstrated that the barrier can withstand an extremely powerful slash from Kozuki Oden, whose swordsmanship could cut the gigantic mountain god in half and even damage the near-invincible Kaido. And I wonder how Shanks plans to deal with his fruit. In any case, I am pretty sure that Bartolomeo won't be able to escape from Shanks, and he will be beaten up pretty badly. Shanks will push his fruit at its absolute limits, and I really hope that this fight won't be off-screened. However, given the fact that a lot of fights have been off-screened recently, I won't be surprised if this one wasn't shown as well. After setting Bartolomeo as their next target, something really interesting happened. Shanks took a cup of sake and sat down with Beckman, whom he asked if it's finally the time they go and claimed the One Piece. I wonder what his real motives are. Was he waiting for Luffy to finally unlock his true potential of fruit in order to start looking for One Piece? If so, why? Why was Luffy's fruit awakening so important? I think he could ask any farmer of Roger Pirates. I'm sure that they would tell him how to reach One Piece instantly. Besides that, Shanks' arrival at Wano is very suspicious for me. I remember that I was very hyped when I saw him. I was wondering why he reached Wano, and was assuming that it was due to Wano's poneglyph or one of ancient weapon, Pluton. However, in the next chapter, we learn that he just happened to be floating by the island and just flexed his haki. It had no impact on the story whatsoever. That's true, him declaring that he is going for One Piece is a very important scene, but I think there was absolutely no reason why he went to Wano to do that. Don't get me wrong, I was very happy to see him finally doing some action and getting these cool scenes from him, but I found it hard for him to appear near Wano. The only reason why I think Oda made him appear in this arc was to promote and hype the most recent movie, Red, which is about Shanks. This is also somewhat confirmed by this statement, where it is stated that Shueisha wanted to release movie Red alongside the start of the final saga, and despite some luck, Oda helps to find the right time. This makes me think that Shueisha forced Oda to make Shanks' hype moment. Despite that, I'm still very glad that we saw this guy finally into action, and was very happy to learn a lot about him and his goals. However, I am still very confused about his latest action, since every move of Shanks is very calculated, and whenever he moves, his presence feels necessary. However, I couldn't find that kind of necessity at his approach to Wano. In One Piece chapter 1054, the rest of the crew discussed possibly seeing Luffy, but Shanks decided against it. Since Bartolomeo was causing trouble in their territory in Luffy's name, a friendly meeting with the Straw Hats would be bad for the Red Hair Pirate's image. Because of that, I feel like that after Shanks finishes stuff with Bartolomeo, he and his crew will finally meet Straw Hats. I really wonder how their meeting will go down. Will Luffy's attitude towards Shanks change after hearing that Shanks is also after Wano, and he has beaten up one of Luffy's most important allies? I also wonder how the reunion between Usopp and Yasopp will go down. Will Yasopp ask for forgiveness after abandoning his child and wife? I hope we will see it soon, and before that, let me know your opinions about Shanks and Red Hair Pirates. What do you think? Why did Shanks suddenly decide to go after One Piece? Let me know in the comments. Like this video and subscribe to this channel for more. Astro D Jack out. Bye!